was then that we were called to the United States. President Ramos, Captain Batilo, Lieutenant Abundon, Lieutenant Magno, where we trained in Fort Bragg on special forces, psychological warfare, airborne, advanced airborne, etc. And in all our subjects, because we are all veterans of the Hope Campaign, in their combat developments, they were interviewing us on how we did this, how we did that. One of our instructors was a former military commander that I served under, Colonel Napoleon Valeriano. That's one of the instructors in Fort Bragg, and a good friend of then Captain Ramos. And through demotions, and when we came back, we were given orders by then Chief of Staff to form a UW committee to study the exploits of the guerrillas during Japanese time, what were the lessons learned, how do you overcome those lapses, etc., and organize them. So we developed the concept, then prepared the manuals and the implementing orders and so forth. And lo and behold, the Special Forces concept was born. The Rangers already existing. That was Vince Castro, Dave Abundo, myself, and Major Ramos. Then after that UW concept, I was sent to Okinawa for further training with the Special Forces, again, U.S. Special Forces. When I came back, it was time to join Captain Ramos in organizing the Special Forces Company. Special Forces Company, why? Because we thought that is an economy of force unit. Where you cannot send battalions, you can send 1 or 2 Special Forces teams. Organize the forces, civilians around you, train them and become a battalion. And whether they will be sanctioned or supported by the existing government, that's another question. But our mission was to train, and train. So we became teachers, not only as fighters. We've got to supervise these people so that all these skills that we had. So our concept expanded from purely fighting to doing something. It was only at that time also that we could be an instrument in promoting civic action, poverty alleviation, assistance to the needy, because we were in contact now with the people. And that is how we trained our special forces, and that's how they were trained and deployed in Mindanao. It's a very soul-fulfilling mission to be able to help others who are in need. That is disaster. This was enlarged so many things in our armed forces now, but we were the pioneers. But by that time, we knew exactly how the HMBs were trying to regain lost territories, because they lost a lot of support. They remained passive during the emergency, but I'm sure they also benefited from the foods that we, but it's all right. But just the same, our special forces trained personnel started organizing or taking over the BSDUs. They called that they were not yet abusive barangay. If they did not pay their debts or they maltreated as a barangay captain and so forth, summary investigation done, they're either discharged or booted out of the service. So among the soldiers, a sense of discipline came in, not only in the Rangers but also in the battalion combat teams, all of this. The Philippine Constabulary was a separate unit at that time. They had all these. So from 1952, when I entered, up to 1960, the constant changes of tactics, strategy, and so forth decimated the forces of the Balaps. The Politburo as a group were captured in 1960 in Manila. So that was a big blow. So they were not able to sustain their promise of liberating Manila and the government in 1952. Thanks to Magsaysay.